Dan, you said you wanted to be tested against Barboza, and geez, he did bring it, mate. Talk us through that fight. How hard was it, and how's the recovery been?
It was not my night. It was a bad night at the office. I can't put it down to any one thing. I can only put it down to a number of things, and I've gone back and I've analysed that, and definitely going into my next matchup, I will have changed those things.
Yeah.
But that's definitely the fight that I thought it might turn out to be. That's one of the best fighters in the world. That's the number 5 or 6 ranked fighter on the planet, and it was good to experience that as a fighter, and I definitely understand the level, and I definitely feel like I can still meet that same level, and I'm looking to get back in there and get my nose back on the grindstone and make my way back up into that position.
Mate, for a New Zealand fan watching it, it was tough. You, one of the toughest bastards I've ever met in my life, mate. It was incredible, just the ticker that you had. What game plan did you go in with, and how did it not? And how did you not execute it?
Yeah, so I made a few mistakes coming into that game plan wise. It's nobody at the end of the day. It's no one else's fault but my own. You know, I was unable to follow the game plan that had been set out for me, and it cost me dearly. So I put it down to me and me not following the game plan. And I feel like that was done pretty early on in the fight, I feel like partway through the first round, he caught me with a good overhand right. That's because I wasn't following the game plan and I wasn't in the right position. That kind of set me on autopilot for a while. By the time I come back to, I was missing both my legs. So
he chopped you down like a tree.
He chopped me down like a tree. I've never been kicked that hard in my life. He kicks like a horse, man.
What does it feel like? What does it feel like when someone just boots you like that?
Well, you've got like a lot of adrenaline kind of running through your body, so it's not instant pain. It's not like you get hit and you're like, oh, like instantly. It's you get kicked and you're just like, that's gonna hurt later. So it was just like an accumulation of that's gonna hurt later.
The one that brought you down to the canvas was the liver shot, correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. And was he hitting you there all night, or? Yeah,
so the kicks were like getting me right through my arm. So he was, the force of those kicks was coming right through the arm. And he had already marinated my liver quite well before the final shot. But that fight was, I knew that fight was done far before the finish. After the first round, and he had taken my legs and my, once someone takes your legs from you, you lose any power you have in your punches. I remember I kicked him in the second round, and I was like, I'm gonna throw a kick, and I kicked him, and it was like the softest kick in the world. It was like this. It was like this. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna kick it again. I was like, that's gonna embarrass myself. So I went back to my boxing, which was pretty much all I had left. People were saying you should have taken him down, but without your legs, it becomes quite difficult to wrestle. So I was only kind of left. Stick to what you know, and that kind of went into my autopilot mode. I've done some pretty hard sparring in my life, and I've been in some pretty tough wars in my past. So I relied on that, and I relied on like the subtle defenses, shoulder up, chin down, and stuck it out more just for my pride's sake than anything else.
Mate, you made us proud anyway, but like there's a famous saying that pain is just weakness leaving the body, and I don't know how you just kept on walking straight up to him and throwing punches. But what injuries did you actually come out with on the fight, and how have you recovered?
So at the end of the day, I only had a cracked orbital from an elbow.
Only, yeah.
In the second, well, if you go back and watch the fight, it's to say only is quite suffice. He caught me with a nice little cross elbow just over here, and it fractured my orbital on this side and on this side as well. Because the way the doctor explained it to me is it's very hard to break a ring in one place. Like if I break this cup, it's going to snap in two sides. So even though it broke here, it fractured the opposing side as well.
Jeez.
That takes, it's bone. That's better than tearing an ACL or anything crazy like that. It's funny that the leg wasn't that bad, and a liver shot is pretty much healed instantly. You know, if you get a good shot, if you've ever had a good shot in the liver, I do not encourage it.
Hit me outside after this is done. You've
will
choked me out
not,
before,
you
mate.
will not. This is far worse than a rear naked choke, I tell you that.
Mate, more importantly, when are you coming back? That's what the fans want to know, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in the octagon. When's the date?
Yeah, I feel like I'm back. I'm 99% there. I've just got to convince my coach.
Yeah.
To
Eugene?
Yeah, convince him. He's always known to be on a bit more of the safer side. Even though I'm coming up, I'm getting doctor's clearance and going and seeing like a neurological physiotherapist just to make sure that there are no remaining concussion symptoms before I get back in the cage. And they're very safe and they're pretty happy with the progress. So I'm feeling like it could get matched fairly soon.
Is there anyone you'd really want to go toe-to-toe with?
I don't feel like from the last performance that I kind of have the right to call anyone out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like I have to earn my way back into the rankings. And that's something I understand, and that's something that I would like to do is give me a bum. Nah, I'm joking. No, I still want to fight the best. I want to fight the toughest guys. And look, no one is an easy fight in the UFC's lightweight division.
Hey, mate, I admire your mental strength and just an incredible all-round character. So thanks for that.
Thank
All
you.
the best.